Have you ever looked back at a relationship and realized you weren't the same person anymore? Not because you grew, but because little by little you stopped being yourself. You stopped pursuing your passions. You stopped speaking your mind. You stopped chasing the things that once made you feel alive. And the strange part is that it often happens in the name of love. Have you ever noticed how some relationships make you feel more alive, more confident, and more like yourself, while others seem to slowly pull you away from who you really are? Maybe you've seen someone stop pursuing their dreams after entering a relationship. Maybe you've done it yourself. A person who once loved painting suddenly stops creating. Someone who enjoyed spending time with friends slowly drifts away from everyone. A person with big ambitions begins settling for less because they're afraid their partner won't approve. At first, these changes can seem harmless. Sometimes they even seem romantic. People often say things like, "I'll do anything for the person I love," or "You're my whole world," or "I can't live without you." Movies, songs, and novels often celebrate this kind of devotion as the highest form of love. But according to Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century, there is a hidden danger in these ideas. Jung believed that the purpose of life is not to become someone else. It is not to lose yourself in another person. It is not even to find someone who completes you. The purpose of life, he believed, is to become fully yourself. He called this lifelong journey individuation, and understanding this idea can completely change the way we think about love and relationships. Let me ask you a simple question. Who are you really? Not your job, not your social media profile, not the version of yourself that tries to impress other people. Who are you beneath all of that? Jung believed that most people spend much of their lives wearing masks. From childhood, we learn that certain behaviors are rewarded while others are discouraged. Hey, maybe you learned that being strong earned respect. Maybe you learned that being quiet avoided conflict. Maybe you learned that expressing certain emotions made people uncomfortable. So little by little, you adapted. Then you showed the parts of yourself that seemed acceptable and hid the parts that didn't. Maybe you laugh at jokes you don't find funny. Maybe you agree with opinions you don't actually believe. Maybe you pretend you're okay when something is bothering you because you don't want to create conflict. Over time, you can become so focused on being accepted that you lose touch with who you really are. And eventually, you become so used to wearing the mask that you forget it is a mask at all. Individuation is the process of removing those masks and discovering who you truly are underneath. It is the journey of becoming whole. It is about accepting both your strengths and your weaknesses, your confidence and your fears, your light and your shadow. And according to Jung, this journey lasts a lifetime. You never fully arrive. You keep learning, growing, and discovering new aspects of yourself. Now here's where relationships become interesting. Many people enter relationships believing that love means becoming one person. They think that if they truly love someone, they should sacrifice parts of themselves, their hobbies, their dreams, their individuality. Imagine a young man who loves playing football every weekend. It helps him stay active. It brings him joy. It connects him with friends. Then he enters a relationship. His partner complains every time he goes to play. To avoid arguments, he stops. At first, it seems like a small sacrifice, but months later, he feels less energetic, less happy. Something important is missing from his life. Or imagine a young woman who dreams of starting her own business. She talks about it constantly. She's excited and motivated. But her partner repeatedly dismisses her ideas. "Hey, that's too risky. Why don't you just forget about it?" Eventually, she stops talking about her dream. Years later, she wonders what her life could have become if she had pursued it. These situations happen every day, and they reveal something important. The relationship is no longer supporting growth. It is suppressing it. According to Jung, that is not what love is supposed to do. Think about your own life for a moment. Is there something you've stopped doing because of a relationship? A dream you've postponed? A hobby you've abandoned? A part of yourself you've hidden? If so, ask yourself why. Was it truly your choice? Or were you gradually shrinking yourself to keep someone else comfortable? Jung believed that healthy relationship should support the process of individuation. In simple terms, a healthy relationship should help you become more yourself, not less. Think of a tree. A tree needs sunlight, water, and space to grow. If you lock it inside a small box, it cannot become what it was meant to be. Human beings are not so different. We also need space. We need opportunities to explore our talents, to follow our interests, to learn new things about ourselves, to make mistakes, to grow. A healthy relationship provides that space. It doesn't demand that you shrink yourself to keep someone else comfortable. Instead, it encourages you to keep growing. The strongest relationships aren't built on control. They're built on support. Imagine two people who genuinely care about each other. One decides to return to school. The other encourages them. One wants to start a business. The other believes in them. One discovers a new passion. The other celebrates it. Neither person feels threatened by the other's growth because they understand something important. When one person grows, the relationship grows too. But growth is not always comfortable. In fact, some of the most important growth happens during uncomfortable moments. Think about learning a new skill, whether it's driving, public speaking, or starting a business. The beginning is usually difficult. You make mistakes, you feel uncertain, you get frustrated, but those uncomfortable moments are part of the process. Relationships work the same way. Sometimes a partner will challenge you. They may point out habits you don't want to acknowledge. Maybe you're overly defensive. Maybe you're afraid of failure. Maybe you avoid difficult conversations. These realizations can be uncomfortable, but they can also be transformative. The right partner doesn't simply make you feel good all the time. They help you become better, not by controlling you, not by criticizing you endlessly, but by encouraging honesty, self-awareness, and growth. Jung also believed that one of the biggest misunderstandings about love is the idea of ownership. Many people treat relationships like possessions. They become jealous whenever their partner succeeds. They feel threatened when their partner develops new interests. They try to control who their partner spends time with. Underneath these behaviors is often fear. The fear of being abandoned, the fear of not being enough, the fear of losing control. But genuine love is not ownership. It is not possession. It is not control. Genuine love allows freedom. It says, I want you to become the best version of yourself. Not, I need you to stay exactly the same so I can feel secure. This idea challenges one of the most popular myths about romance. The myth that somewhere out there is a person who will complete you. We've all heard it before. You're my other half. You complete me. Without you, I'm nothing. It sounds romantic, but Jung believed it creates unhealthy expectations. Because if you believe someone else is responsible for making you whole, you place an impossible burden on them. No human being can fill every emotional gap in your life. No partner can solve all your insecurities. No relationship can replace the work of self-discovery. That work belongs to you. Healthy relationships are not two incomplete people trying to fix each other. They are two individuals who are committed to their own growth and choose to walk through life together. They don't complete each other. They complement each other. And there is a huge difference. Jung often described relationships as mirrors. They reveal parts of ourselves that we normally cannot see. Have you ever noticed how certain people trigger strong emotional reactions in you? Maybe someone criticizes you, and you become disproportionately angry. Maybe someone ignores you, and you feel deeply hurt. Maybe a disagreement leaves you feeling rejected for days. The person who triggers your anger may be revealing a wound you never healed. The person whose success makes you jealous may be exposing an insecurity you've never faced. The person you constantly try to impress may be showing you how much of your self-worth depends on external approval. Relationships don't just reveal who the other person is. They reveal who we are. Often the relationship itself is not creating these emotions. It is revealing emotions that were already there. The relationship becomes a mirror. It reflects hidden fears, insecurities, and wounds back to us. This can be painful, but it can also be incredibly valuable, because once we see these hidden parts of ourselves, we can begin to understand them. And once we understand them, we can begin to grow. That is the essence of individuation, not becoming perfect, not becoming someone else, but becoming more aware of who you truly are. Imagine spending years searching for someone to complete you, only to discover that what you were really searching for was yourself. Imagine realizing that the emptiness you hoped another person would fill was actually an invitation to grow, an invitation to understand yourself, an invitation to become whole. Carl Jung believed that the strongest relationships are those in which both people continue evolving. They continue learning. They continue discovering themselves. They continue supporting each other's growth. They do not demand that their partners stop changing. They understand that growth is part of being human, and they choose to grow together rather than hold each other back. Perhaps real love is not finding someone who becomes your entire world. Perhaps real love is finding someone who encourages you to become fully yourself, someone who walks beside you as you grow, someone who celebrates who you are becoming, and someone who never asks you to abandon yourself in order to be loved. According to Jung, that may be the healthiest relationship of all, because the goal of a relationship is not to lose yourself in another person. The goal is to become more fully yourself with someone who is doing the same. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from this message. And let me know in the comments, do you believe a relationship should complete you, or should it help you become more fully yourself?